Look at my face. Does it look like a face that's about to have fun to you? No! We're not about to have fun here. We're about to do a lot of yelling. So turn down your speakers, because these are the top 10 worst games of 2012. Number 10.
That's good grog. Now, some of you may remember my Risen review. I hated it!
Risen 2, Dark Waters. What do you get when a pirate game fails utterly at actually making you feel like a damn pirate? A freaking pointless RPG that shouldn't really exist at all. Many disagree with my opinion on the Risen franchise, but they should expect more from the once gothic developer at this point in the game. Barely an improvement over the original Risen, Risen 2 Dark Waters has you take the role of a pirate without a real ship.
Yep. Captain with no ship, shit captain.
Hey.
True! Fuck yes!
Well, you have one, you just aren't able to take control of it. Instead, it simply acts as a cutscene, taking you from boring island to boring island. It's almost insulting, as they didn't even try to include the very thing that defines pirates. And it stings even more now that we've seen how much a good ship mechanic improves a game, as in Assassin's Creed 3. In fact, if you weren't able to deploy funny but ineffective parrots and monkeys in Risen 2, I'd say there's nothing that you do in the game that's pirate-like whatsoever.
Motherfucker killed my monkey!
Risen 2 removes the magic system of the original and replaces it with one-button combat. So you sit there mashing your buttons all day without any timing, skill, not even accurate hitboxes, or even animation variation. All of this is made worse by the introduction of muskets that disrupt your stupid-ass slow attack sequences, and that's if the AI does anything! The few interesting and funny dialogue exchanges are hardly consolation for your time.
Deal?
Deal! Fuck yes!
Alright then, we're partners. Fuck yes.
Fuck yes!
Oh bollocks, you've got me doing it now.
The game is punishingly difficult at the beginning, to the point where you don't even want to play anymore. And if you do exploit the AI at the beginning, which is incredibly easy to do, what for ultimately? Nothing in the game warrants your continued play by the end. And at the final sequence, instead of some badass pirate captain, you feel more like everyone's freaking personal cabin boy.
It's a shame. Until then, I'll see you, pirate mateys, on the next Angry Joe Show.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
Number 9. Game of Thrones RPG. While sales skyrocket for The Walking Dead, unfortunately for another television franchise, its game did not do so well. Although the developers had well intentions to create a Game of Thrones RPG that would be engaging and that would honor its source material, the actual game that released fell woefully short. If players could even get the game to start, they had to fight through a multitude of audio glitches, technical glitches, confusing UI interfaces, and really just an overall lackluster attempt, perhaps born from inexperience. Unfortunately for the hardcore Game of Thrones fans like me, we've had to endure two pretty shitty adaptations of this fantasy series. A terrible strategy game, and now an awful RPG. These cutscenes are sometimes painful to sit through. Game of Thrones is surprisingly unpolished and chock full of technical issues, lousy textures, awkward repetitive combat sequences, nonsensical controls, and is utterly devoid of any personality besides the story it's based on. George R.R. Martin's plot is the only thing that saves this game from being any worse, with twists, betrayals, and moral dilemmas. But that's if you can slog through the rest of the game to even experience what little joy it gives you, as you really don't feel connected to any of the characters at all. If you're a massive fan of the source material, you might be able to push yourself all the way through this slightly below average RPG, but unfortunately for the rest of us, there's really absolutely no reason to play this title, and that's why it pisses me off so much. What could have been? Game of Thrones RPG is a prime example of a game not being up to par with its subject material. This game, and the strategy game before it, may have just killed any potential for us to see a good fucking Game of Thrones game, as it's turned now into commercial poison. Great.
So when can we hope to see your completed masterpiece?
I already told you. Next year.
He says that every year.
Number 8.
Oh, Amy, everything is going to be okay. I promise.
Amy. Have you ever been in your house and heard someone scream out as if they stubbed their toe, or maybe somebody's broken in and started stabbing them? Well, that is exactly what I heard when my girl was playing Amy. Screams, curses, flows of profanity, and frustration from one of the gentlest, nicest people I know on the face of this earth. That is what this game will do to anyone. The game Amy will change you as a person. That is how much this game sucks.
I couldn't hold her hand, but that's not even the hand. Why didn't you fucking tell me, fucking... Fuck syringes. Fuck climbing. Fuck doors. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Hold my fucking hand. Motherfucker.
Everything terrible about horror games is in this game. Lazily written characters, sloppy design, crappy controller throwing controls, and a cliched horror flick storyline. You name it, this game has it.
I should have just bought Del Taco.
In what essentially becomes a huge escort mission in all the worst ways, this Xbox Live title is hardly worth the space. It is a complete mess.
Here, your worst enemy isn't hiding in some dark hallway. It's in your own veins.
Stay away. Stay far away. Because the scariest thing in Amy is simply the thought of playing it through.
So thank you all, and see you soon with a new video. And this time, I promise, we'll go deeper into the gameplay.
Bye-bye.
Number 7. Gettysburg, Armored Warfare. It doesn't f***ing work!
Okay, so... Oh, the Sky Dome didn't spawn. Great. Yeah, I thought this might happen. Or did it? No, I would safely say that it didn't. Also, none of the lighting effects appear to have spawned either, so you can't see anything. Alright, back to the main menu.
This one is a little bit sad, as it was nearly single-handedly developed by just one passionate dude. However, the project was perhaps a bit too ambitious to be pulled off. Well, clearly it was. But that is no excuse for any developer or any company to put out a game in the state that this one was released in. It clearly hadn't been put through any sort of worthwhile QA testing. What the fuck? Gettysburg Armored Warfare is a multiplayer-only game that added steampunk and futuristic weapons to Civil War battles between the North and the South. Players could play in both third person, taking direct control of the units, or could command the game in a way familiar to Total War players in an overhead RTS view. Unfortunately, when it came out, it didn't work!
It's working! It's working! It's a Christmas miracle. God, stupid bloody thing. What? Is that my boat? Okay, there's my boat. Great. I want to possess my boat.
Aye, take the wheel.
I'd love to, but I think you've crashed again. Yes, you have.
Even worse, the completely broken game came from Paradox Interactive. This is the same company that released Sword of the Stars 2 in a non-functioning state, though now it has since been fixed and updated with new content for free. Unfortunately, Gettysburg, while also having gotten a large amount of patches, is still for the most part an incomplete game with unfulfilled potential. I hope that with new promising games in its lineup, that Paradox stays off of the 2013 worst list. Please! QA test your games!
Not only has Steam not checked this, but Paradox either hasn't checked it or they've just ignored it and said, yeah, just release it, whatever. No, that's not okay. That is not okay.
Number 6.
Resident Evil 6.
Okay, now Resident Evil 6 isn't the worst game of the year, okay? It's difficult because, you know, there are worse games out there, but the reason why Resident Evil 6 earns the spot is its continued disappointment. This is truly the worst of times for this franchise, with both Operation Raccoon City and the immensely disappointing Resident Evil 6 coming out in the same year. I'm including Resident Evil 6 on the grounds that it hurt more than other games that I knew would suck. Now sure, there's no denying that you can have fun with the game. I had a shitload of fun and laughter while playing with it with Joe.
Oh, breakdancing! He's breakdancing!
Whoa, shit! He's like, what?
Hey, I'll go over here.
That was, no.
Right, to the right. Oh.
There, I pulled a Indiana Jones.
But that could be said about most games, and looking back, we were laughing at how terrible the game was. Situations in the game, just being in awe and discovering what they were gonna do next with the Resident Evil license.
Shit! Hold on!
What about playing alone? I dread playing this game alone because it's just not fun. Somehow, Resident Evil 6 manages to be even less story and more action than even Resident Evil 5. All pretense of this being a horror genre is now completely out the window. It's full-on pulse-pounding action, Michael Bay style, with set pieces that don't even satisfy because of your linear gameplay and your stiff movement. This is not why people played Resident Evil. And not only that, but the fact that they split this game into 3 sections to try to make everyone happy results in nobody being happy. If you want to make an action game, just make an action game without these restrictions of the Resident Evil franchise. If you want to make a Resident Evil game, how about putting some horror elements into it? How about increasing the tension? I almost wish that they would go back to the old school fixed camera. At least with that type of restriction, zombies actually felt scary. There was tension because it was disorienting a bit to try to get away from them. I think this clip sums up what Resident Evil has turned into for many fans. a mindless action shooter. That's not what we want for a Resident Evil. The franchise focus was on horror, actual horror, true scares. Capcom is just danger close here and needs to get some help fast on this.
Holy fucking shit, it's a dinosaur! Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Oh my fucking god, fucking dinosaurs! Holy shit, what the fuck?
Number 5. Star Wars Connect. Fucking Star Wars Connect. The Star Wars license has, it's seen its fair share of good and terrible games over the years, but Star Wars Connect brings things to a whole new level of suckitude.
It's a trap!
It rips iconic characters from the universe and puts them in ridiculously insulting and laughable positions. This train wreck of a game is difficult not to look at and be just fascinated by, especially the dance mode, which is oddly the most entertaining of the modes. The rest of the game, however, is a broken, non-functioning simulation of what it would be like to be a Jedi.
My back than my asshole. Nasty. I'll beat your motherfucker. You ought to be ashamed of your goddamn self.
However, how can you take a simple concept of throwing your hand out in front of you with a force push and waving a fake lightsaber around and f*** it up?
You can't do shit! That's what this mode is. You can't do shit. Rename this mode Can't Do Shit mode.
Well, I'll tell you how. You use the Kinect as your vehicle for doing so. Movements barely register. Minigames restrict your movement and progression. And fast-paced games like pod racing, where timing is critical and accuracy is key, serve only to piss you the f*** off.
God damn it! Fuck! Shut the fuck up!
How this game was marketed as the ultimate Jedi experience at shows prior to its release is beyond comprehension for a LucasArts company that seems to be making terrible decision after terrible decision. Fuck you, LucasArts, for allowing this to happen.
I'll beat your motherfucker. You ought to be ashamed of your goddamn self.
Hopefully in the future we see less of this garbage cash-in bullshit and more of a return to form for the once great company.
Your feeble skills are no match for the power of the dark side.
Number 4.
And you got both of us killed 3 times!
The Expendables 2, the video game.
Why do we do this in all games? Does anybody else do that?
I don't know.
Oh man.
Whoa! That doesn't do anything.
Despite enjoying both Expendable movies for what they are, throwbacks to the old 80s action flicks, the game released alongside the sequel is a downright travesty. So repetitive that you want to gouge your fucking eyes out with a spoon far before the end. Without even trying, Zootfly and Ubisoft squeezed the shitball from between their butt cheeks. How movie license games continue to rape our wallets is an ugly reminder to an evil that may never fade. This god-awful, repetitive piece of shit takes everything you could possibly up in a twin-stick shooter and it up.
Hey, you! Oh, shit! What are y'all doing? I'm stuck over here, man!
I'm going back!
Back it up!
That's not me!
Well, take control of Gunner and fucking... I'm stuck!
What?
Behind the fence!
Thunder in the paycheck.
Are you fucking serious?
A cover system that barely works. Awful aiming, confusing messes of bad guys just littering your screen. Battles in Expendables 2 are hilariously broken.
Alright, I'll cover you. Run, go!
Are you serious? Run, go! I go! This is that, you go! Ready, go!
I thought
okay,
you were gonna go.
Are you ready? Cover me, ready, go!
You never know just who or what you're hitting, but honestly, it doesn't even fucking matter in the context of the game. Just blow shit up. Everything. I know that's basically the premise of the movie as well, but at least there you had personality, you had one-liners, you had a satisfying resolution, a climax. Here, you won't find anything of the sort. It's the same shit over and over. You'll find bad imitations of Jet Li and Stallone.
Yeah, welcome to my guest, Chapter 1. I'm flying an helicopter. You want to land a plane? You want to fall on that? Hey man, a real bad apple and a skilled sniper.
That's why there's subtitles.
I doubt any sane person would be willing to put themselves through the seemingly endless levels offered here, where your goal is just to kill thousands of brain-dead AI. I don't even think the developers played their own game when they were done with this crap. No story, no purpose, no fucking way. Number 3.
Do you want to play the Battleship video game?
No. E7.
Battleship, the video game.
Miss.
It's just of your standard generic FPS clone with a sorry-ass excuse of an RTS Battleship simulator.
What's worse than a terrible game based on a fun popcorn movie? Well, a terrible game based on a piece of shit movie with zero redeeming value. Every critic who rated this black hole as average has lost all credibility with me. And there were many. Look it up. Desperately wanting to aspire to be Transformers, this ripoff comes up woefully short of even that low bar. Activision thought it would be a great fucking idea to take Battleship and make it a first-person shooter.
Hey, I got a question. What do you do when you can't lip sync people's voiceovers to their mouths? Or you're too lazy to do it? Cover everyone's face in the game like this! Everybody!
Mathis, where the hell you been? You're supposed to be an explosive ordnance disposal tech.
The Scrambler's inside!
Reloading here!
And the Chesapeake and Adams can offer gunfire support while we disable the turret!
Ah, Mathis, good to see you. Sully and some others are under attack at the turret.
If you embarrass me today, I'll have your ass.
This stupid game never bothers even with the story. It never addresses at any point why the aliens are attacking or why they are even here. Basically, you'll run around killing as many aliens as possible while your faceless navy supports you with offshore firepower through various power-ups that fall from dead alien bodies. Now, why your ships? refuse to support your troops until you kill an alien, and it drops this Fisher-Price bubble power-up from its body, makes absolutely no fucking sense. Not to mention that they are pointless, since every alien AI in this game worth a damn just charges your position anyway.
Under attack.
This is a generic first-person shooter with zero attention to detail. It's every single mission is the same. Destroy an alien radio tower.
Set satchel charges on enemy scramblers so that you can unlock support positions for your fleet offshore. Every mission! Every mission!
Your first objective is to disable or destroy it.
We must secure the beachhead and take out any jamming devices we find.
Appears to be the source of a massive weather emitter that's preventing the Reagan from launching our fighter jets.
The Battleship grid sums up to an extremely easy and underdeveloped minigame where you can only fight a single enemy ship at a time. You mash your buttons over and over until you win. You never lose. Ever. Even if you try hard. There are a total of 5 weapons in this game during this 4-hour-long insult to your senses. The movie is nearly as long as this full-priced game.
It is absolutely insulting to force somebody to pay $60 for this shit, which I did, full price. On a release day where Max Payne 3 and Diablo 3 comes out, Battleship has the balls to release at $60.
What the fuck? Are you serious? Fuck you. Hoping to prey on clueless parents and grandparents, this cash-in deserves nothing better than to burn in the pits of hell. Fuck Battleship, the game based on the movie, based on the f***ing game!
Bad idea, Lieutenant!
Number 2.
Oh my god, stop it. Oh my god, but I'm not even fucking moving. Do you see this? I'm not moving.
Steel Battalion, heavy armor.
And look at it, he's grabbing all sorts of different buttons. Get your fucking hand off that.
How do you take one of the most awesome, fabled, legendary concepts for a game that included a now cult status, massive 40-button controller, and turn it into pure shit? Ditch the whole reason your game existed, the incredibly unique and thematic controller, and replace it with the fucking Kinect.
I can't do this with the Kinect. Stop! I'm not doing anything. Stop going back. What the fuck? Stop doing that. Stop. What the fuck? Stop grabbing shit. I'm not grabbing shit. Oh my god. Can't see shit.
Steel Battalion was supposed to be this Kinect game for the hardcore gamer. It was supposed to show us how the Kinect can truly work together with the controller. Instead, all it showed us is how terribly duped we all were when we were conned into buying this huge beta test kit from Microsoft. The game is an unplayable fucking mess.
They should have renamed this game Steel Battalion. Get your fucking hand off that!
Your virtual hands spaz haphazardly all around your cockpit.
And when you do this, your guy's freaking out. He's pressing every button, grabbing every unit in the cabin, except for the one that you want.
I had such a hard time doing anything in this game. I wanted to headbutt my Kinect sensor. The saddest part is, even though the story is filled with paper-thin stereotypes, this alternate universe did have some potential. The mythos, it had potential. Managing your crew, you know, slapping them in the head to relieve stress after buying this game. But no, the Kinect fucks it all up. Not only does the Kinect destroy this game, making it one of the worst games of 2012, but it makes it quite possibly one of the worst sequels to a franchise ever made, single-handedly destroying all hope of this franchise ever continuing. Thank you. Thank you, Kinect. You're awesome.
Only on Kinect for Xbox 360.
Number 1. Devoid of any redeeming qualities, this spawn of Satan! This blight on humanity, this exploiter of childhoods comes in an appropriate name. Dragon Ball Z Connect! At least, with the other notoriously bad Kinect games on this list, they had some substance to them, be it multiple terrible mini-games or sad attempts at multiplayer. But with Dragon Ball Z Kinect, you get all the shit of those games, but in only a single mini-game.
It's just one single-player, only mini-game. Flail at the screen prompts and win. At least other Kinect games give you some kind of variety, like 9 or 10 mini-games that do different things. Here, there is zero variety. Zero! What the fuck?
DBZ Kinect is so easy, even Krillin could beat it. It's worth less than a single Raditz, let alone $40. Not even the fucking Dragon Balls could make this damn thing playable. It fucking sucks!
You play this thing over and over and over with different skins, resembling the characters that you grew up with, that you know and love from your childhood. The only difference in them being a special attack that you activate with some stupid-ass gesture. You flail your arms around to on-screen prompts to win.
The whole thing can be completed in less than 3 hours!
3 hours! There has never been another lazy-ass production than this piece of fuck. They couldn't even be bothered to make this work. That's how little they cared. The AI isn't programmed at all. I swear it. It has no answer for you charging your key and spamming special attacks. There is no variation. There is no additional modes. There is no multiplayer. There is no leaderboards. There is nothing! And don't even think about buying this for small children, you sick f***.
No way! No!
Stop that! We don't have time for this now!
It is a cash-in. You know, where other games on this list, you might argue, it might be debatable, but there is no debating on this one at all. This game mocks its fans. It dares the Dragon Ball Z faithful to buy it, to confirm their stupidity in the eyes of Namco Bandai. That's what they think you are.
Become a Super Saiyan. Play Dragon Ball Z like you've never played it before. Dragon Ball Z for Kinect. Coming October 2012.
When the best thing in your game is an episode of the show. When the most fun you're gonna have with it is the cardboard cutout of the Super Saiyan hair included in every copy, you know something is wrong. It's your duty, either as a gamer or a Dragon Ball Z fan, to destroy any copies of this game that you see on site. Proceed.
It's true what they've said. You have no honor for trying to destroy everyone's childhood. I'm gonna end you once and for all.